Welcome to the Inc. Productivity Tip of the Day. Today's tip. If you're feeling hopeless, Bill Gates says you should read this book, An Expert Opinion by Jessica Stillman. Most readers can name a book that changed their life. For confirmed bookworm Bill Gates, the words that changed his life didn't come from a book. Instead, they came via a 1997 New York Times column on kids dying from diarrhea in poor countries, written by journalist Nick Kristof. Gates explained in a recent post on his blog, "At the time I had wealth and knew I planned to give it away, but no clear mission. Nick's article gave me one. I faxed it to my dad with a note. Maybe we can do something about this." That ended up setting the direction for what became the Gates Foundation. Last year, Kristof published a memoir, Chasing Hope, A Reporter's Life, Knopf, chronicling his decades-long career in journalism. In his post, Gates names it as one of the memoirs that helped him through writing Source Code, his own recent book on his early years through his time founding Microsoft. The book isn't just great inspiration for aspiring autobiographers, according to Gates. He also recommends it to anyone looking for a reason to be hopeful in the face of daunting challenges and profound suffering. That describes a lot of us right now. Kristof's journey from farm boy to Rhodes Scholar to Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist is undeniably impressive, but the book makes clear it wasn't all prestigious awards and glamorous job titles. Kristof built his reputation writing about some of the most entrenched conflicts and depressing human suffering on Earth. He's reported from more than 150 countries, covering war, poverty, health, and human rights, Gates writes. In Chasing Hope, he recounts his experiences chronicling river blindness in Ethiopia, maternal mortality in Cameroon, and malaria in Cambodia. A book full of deathly ill kids and appalling injustice doesn't sound like a natural vehicle to give hope to the hopeless. Gates sees it differently. He sees that looking squarely at the challenges we face and how we somehow manage to rise to them is just the medicine he and many other people need right now. Kristof is an optimist, which might sound strange given the kinds of suffering he writes about. Gates acknowledges, but his work is grounded in a belief I share. The right data, or the right story, can move people to act. People, when given the chance, want to make things better. Progress, while never guaranteed, is possible. A reminder of our capacity to tame our worst instincts and tackle even the most fearsome challenges is always welcome. But it's particularly valuable right now, when the world, for many people, feels especially perilous and devoid of fellow feeling. Gates warns, isolationism is on the rise around the world. That's a concern for a philanthropist committed to aiding the most needy. But a retreat towards smaller circles of empathy is also happening on a smaller scale in many of our communities. Faced with an uncertain, fast-changing world, many people are reserving their concern for those closest to and most like them. That can feel like a sensible survival impulse. But Gates's blog post and Kristof's book are reminders that looking away from problems tends to breed feelings of powerlessness. On the other hand, engaging with the wider world, whether in a grand way like Kristof, or in more modest ways available to most of us, brings feelings of self-efficacy and hope. Gates concludes by saying, Nick's work reminds us what's possible when we care about people beyond our own borders, and what happens when we don't. If the state of the world is making you feel hopeless right now, that might be just the message and the book you need. That's it from Inc. You can find more expert opinions from Jessica Stillman and more from today's business and thought leaders at Inc.com. Be sure to come back tomorrow for another tip from Inc.